Chelsea versus West Ham on Sunday. Top 4 is almost out of sight. Things aren't going too well, but we have to fight, give everything and win the game. Not just for ourselves and for our pride, but most importantly for the late Ray Wilkins. And it's also now time to use and improve, especially the younger players that will be with us for a while. Watch the whole video to find out about Conte's press conference, West Ham and my team to face them on Sunday. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Chelsea versus West Ham game, with the kickoff being on Sunday at 4:30 PM UK time at Stamford Bridge. And again, before getting into the video, I need to talk about this because YouTube is still being weird and has decided that subscribing to a channel isn't enough proof that you actually want to see their content. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe. As you can see, we're very close to 56,000 subscribers. But also, you have to make sure to click that bell button and choose to be notified about every video and upload as well. Otherwise, you won't even know that we've uploaded a video. And that's for us very frustrating. Because, I mean, of course we can't force anyone to watch our videos. But we put a lot of hard work into this. And to then see the people that have actually subscribed to us, to not even see that we have uploaded a video, that's just very annoying. So yeah, if you could subscribe and press that bell button, that'd be absolute class and massively appreciated. But now getting into the preview and speaking about our opposition West Ham, who currently sit in 14th, 5 points off the relegation zone with 33 points from 31 games, getting 8 wins, 9 draws and 14 defeats, scoring 39 goals, which is a good bit more than all the teams around them actually, but conceding 57 goals, which is the second most goals conceded in the whole league, only Stoke conceded more. And the form recently has been, well, not great. They did beat Southampton 3-0 last week, which was a crucial win for them in their fight to avoid relegation, but before the international break they lost 3 games in a row by a 3-goal margin. 4-1 at Liverpool, which, fair enough, I mean Liverpool just battered City 3-0 only 2 days ago, but then a 4-1 away defeat to Swansea, which is obviously a very heavy defeat, you know, if you're trying to avoid relegation, and also a 3-0 home defeat against Burnley. And especially against Burnley, as I assume most of you will know, things got out of hand at West Ham. Fans storming the pitch, fans attacking the owners, throwing coins and all sorts. It was proper kicking off at the London Stadium really. But with their win last weekend, things have calmed down a bit now at West Ham. And when we faced them earlier this season, we were beat 1-0 by an early Arnautovic goal and then just couldn't break them down. But Morata also missed the target from like 8 yards out. And said Arnautovic, in my opinion, is West Ham's biggest threat, okay? I might be slightly biased because he's Austrian, just like I am, but I think he's a very, very good and dangerous player. Quick, incredibly strong, good finishing, decent passing, very good work rate, and a lot better positioning than people actually give him credit for, I think. And I mean, he just scored a brace against Southampton in one of their biggest games of the season so far last week. So, you know, he's clearly on form right now, also doing well for Austria, by the way. Anyway, enough about that. West Ham do have a fair few injuries as well. Michail Antonio, James Collins, Winston Reid and Pedro Obiang will definitely miss the game against us, while Manuel Lanzini and Javier Hernandez might be fit in time for the game on Sunday. Andy Carroll is a doubt, but could possibly also be involved. They usually play a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, with more often than not Arnautovic actually starting as the striker. But that's really it about West Ham, and now getting into Antonio Conte's pre-match press conference. And starting it off with team news, only David Luiz and Ethan Ampadu will definitely miss the game on Sunday. We still have 2 days to check on the physical condition of the other players, and Conte said that both Courtois and Pedro could be in contention for the game. While he wasn't mentioned, same most likely also goes for David Zappacosta. All of those 3, of course, missed the game against Tottenham. Quite surprisingly, actually, because, well, not for Courtois, but for Pedro and Zappacosta, we didn't know that there was any issues going on ahead of the game last Sunday. The boss said that we have to pay great attention to West Ham, because in the last period they've been playing good football and they've been getting good results while fighting relegation. I mean, I'm not sure when they played particularly great football and got good results, except last week. I mean, before the 3-0 win against Southampton, like I said, they had 3 defeats in a row, losing by a 3-goal margin. So I wouldn't say that's particularly great result, but you know. And for us, it's still an important game, Conte said, because we have to fight and win every game to have at least a small hope of still getting into the top 4. But we still have to be realistic, he said, and know that the defeat against Tottenham was a very bad defeat and makes getting into the Champions League very, very difficult. But we have to show pride, desire and the will to fight until the end of the season, because it's not over until it's over. And also the supporters deserve that. They deserve at least that. And he's right. I mean, you know, as much as we want them to win, all we can really ask for is that they fight and give everything and not drop their heads now and just play awful and don't even try anymore for the rest of the season just because top 4 is most likely out of sight. So, you know, they still have to fight, they still have to keep going, and I suppose it's good that Conte thinks that way. And actually, Gianluca Vialli made comments saying Conte can't wait to get out of Chelsea. Conte was asked about that in the press conference and said that simply isn't true. Vialli's a friend of his, but according to Conte, they haven't spoken in about a year, and what he said isn't true. He said that he's committed to the club and he's working hard for this club as well. Then the boss said that people think about players' confidence and players being happy or sad way too much. He said football is about dealing with fatigue and having the will to fight. All this talk about confidence, he finds rather ridiculous. That was after being asked whether the defeat against Tottenham, had a blow on our confidence. And to be honest, I have to say, while it sounds weird, because everyone knows when things are going well, it's easier to play well, like it was last season for us. And Conte said that before, but even when the confidence is a bit lower, at a club like Chelsea, with the players we have, especially the best ones, should always have enough confidence in their ability to start playing better and getting better results, even if things aren't going well. And the general confidence isn't all too high. So I kind of get Conte's point. Well, I wouldn't say it's ridiculous because, confidence does play a big part in really every walk of life, whether you perform well or not. But that was really it from the press conference, and now getting to Chelsea and speaking about the lineup that I would go for on Sunday. And like I said in the intro, I think it's time to use and improve those players that we have to build on over the next few years, especially if we keep on not buying top quality players. So that's why, in my opinion, Emerson Palmieri has to start at left wing back. Like, he simply has to. And also Dujon Sterling has to start at right wing back, in my opinion. Moses hasn't been great, made that crucial error against Tottenham. Sapacosta might only just be fit, so I think you just have to go for Sterling, really. Play him, play the youth. He's a very, very good player. He does so well in, any youth game, really. So I think you just have to give him a chance. Like, the season is almost over. Like, there's a tiny, tiny bit of hope, and Tottenham proper have to collapse for that, and I don't see that happening. So what do we really have to lose? Yes, Conte most likely won't be here next season, so what's the point for him playing a youth player? But I still think we should. Christensen will most likely play anyway, but I still want to reiterate that he has to play because it hasn't been going so well for him recently, but he just has to keep playing and build that confidence and just improve. Like, he just has to play. And also, and even though this might be a slightly unpopular opinion, I think Bakayoko has to start. Yes, he might play really badly again. That's very much a possibility. But what do we have to lose? Like I just said, top 4 is basically gone. And yes, it would be embarrassing were we to finish behind Arsenal. But really, it wouldn't make much of a difference. We'd still be in the Europa League. We still wouldn't want to be in the Europa League, really. And Bakayoko clearly doesn't improve much by just taking part in training, does he? On the pitch, he looks like he has zero confidence. And he just looks scared when he is on that pitch. So he needs game time. He needs it desperately to find his form and to find his confidence. He's never going to turn into the player I still think he can be if he doesn't play, can he? So that's why I think Bakayoko has to start the game as well. So going through my team that I would start on Sunday, obviously it will be a 3-4-3 formation. And if Courtois is fit, he'll play, even though I'm not too bothered whether it's him or Caballero that starts the game. The back 3 has to be Cesar Spilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger, with, like I said, Emerson, Palmieri and Dujon Sterling as the wing-backs. In midfield, obviously N'Golo Kante has to start because he's literally the only player that actually plays well consistently. And also, like I said, Bakayoko I think should start next to him. Yes, it might hinder our attack and play to play Bakayoko over Fabregas, but I still think we need to and should play Bakayoko. And then up front, I wouldn't really change much actually. As much as I'd like to see Hudson-Odoi play, you can't drop Hazard if we want to stand any chance of him signing a new deal. And Willian, in my opinion, just doesn't deserve to be dropped at the moment. Yes, he wasn't great against Tottenham, but before, in the games before that, he was very good. But maybe take off Willian after like 60 minutes or so and bring on Callum Hudson-Odoi. That would be a good idea because I do want to see him play, and I do want to see him play more than like 10 or 5 minutes. So I think that would be good. And as the striker, it obviously has to be Alvaro Morata. He seems to be finding form again, scored against Leicester and played, quite well. Scored against Spurs as well, and certainly wasn't the worst player on the pitch. So he has to keep playing, in my opinion. Hopefully get another goal or two and keep building that confidence. Because he is most likely going to be our main striker for years to come. So there's literally zero point of playing Giroud or let alone a false 9 now. So like I said, has to be Morata up front in my opinion. So that's my team. Thibaut Courtois or Caballero in goal. Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger as the back 3. Emerson and Dujon Sterling as the 2 wing-backs. Kante and Bakayoko as the 2 midfielders. And Hazard and Willian on the wings with Alvaro Morata starting up front. But I actually think that Conte will stick with Marcos Alonso and Victor Moses as the 2 wing-backs. He might play Bakayoko instead of Fabregas. I don't know which one of them he's going to pick, but the rest of the team I think will pretty much be the same as mine, except, like I said, the wing-backs. Maybe he might start Emerson, but I'm almost sure that he won't start Dujon Sterling. And I think we need to play on the front foot, press them, put our stamp on the game, the stamp of our attacking players especially, and make sure we don't get out-muscled by Arnautovic at the back, especially for Christensen, who isn't yet physically the strongest player. If Arnautovic is up against him, Christensen really needs to make sure he handles that. And let's hope we won't break another record and streak like we did last weekend by losing to Spurs at home. Because we also haven't lost against West Ham at home at Stamford Bridge since I think 2002. So let's not do that and win the game. But I'm not going to give a score prediction because it just could be everything from a heavy defeat or a draw to a big win. But do leave me your score predictions and predicted lineups down in the comment section below though. And any other thoughts you have ahead of the game and on the video as well, leave that down below as well. But that's really it from me. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my social media, which is Louse1507 on both Instagram and Twitter. As you can see over here, I'd massively appreciate it if you could follow me over there. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said in the beginning, do make sure you click the bell notification button as well. And again, let's do it for Ray. Let's do it for Ray Wilkins and let's get the win on Sunday. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.